Hello everybody and welcome to CFC Fan TV. I'm doing a video solo today. I hope you all enjoy it. I know you all love seeing my face. I can tell by the comments every week. But yeah, it's actually quite a happy video today, and we're not used to doing too many of those. But I think I'll start off by saying that we can only praise individual players because of because of our form. We're still yet to lose a game this season. I thought, if we're just going to recap, I thought our win against Burnley, 4-0. Not only did we have four different goal scorers, just the team effort, the team display that we put on was, again, fantastic football. And I think, pundits and critics and reporters are really struggling to find anything bad to say about us now, which is fantastic, because I think at the start of the season we came under a lot of scrutiny for not maybe having the most solid backline and things like that. But I think we're starting to prove people wrong, and I think as our performances go on, not only are we scoring goals, not only are we keeping clean sheets and keeping wins, our overall form is fantastic, and everyone's talking about one man and one man only. That's Maurizio Sarri and how he's transformed our team. And for me, I've just personally really long awaited for us to sort of play this sort of football. I've always wanted us to play more of an attacking style of football. I think it's way more fun to watch. I don't know about you lot. I would much rather go see a 5-3, a 5-4 win than 1-0s here and there, because maybe you'll disagree with me that it's really bad to see that many goals, but I want exciting football. And I think in a league now where we're playing against teams like Liverpool, like City, who have such a strong attacking forces, I think we're starting to prove that we're right up there. And whether our goals come from our forwards or our midfield, of course we would like Morata to get more goals, although I thought his all-round play wasn't actually too bad at Burnley, although I think he could have scored a couple more there. I thought we did really well. So at the moment I don't want to focus on any negatives today. I just want to focus on the positives, and the main aspect of this video is going to be on Ross Barkley. Now I am going to do another video on Patreon, so for those of you that haven't signed up yet, we have this week's Our Sophie going up, and we also have another video continuing on to this one. So the links and all the display is up now, so you can have a look at what we're promoting on there. And yeah, I'm glad that you all are enjoying our videos so far. So yes, please sign up. The link is in the description below. But this video is going to be on Ross Barkley. So now I've had my little talk about how amazing and fantastic I think we're doing. I've seen a lot of reports, and I want to know your thoughts on this, and I'm going to give my opinion. A lot of reporters are comparing Ross Barkley to Frank Lampard, and they're starting to say that they think he could emerge as an heir to Frank Lampard's style of play, or Frank Lampard as the player. Now listen, I think comparing anyone to Frank Lampard at this stage of the season, at this point in Ross Barkley's Chelsea career, is very, very early on. But has he had an amazing run of form so far? Absolutely. Maurizio Sarri has come out and been full of praise for him. He said, I think, that he had a very bad injury last season, which is obviously difficult, or had sort of some injury problems. But now he's seeing, the complete Ross Barkley, and he's saying that in this period of time that he's doing very well. And of course, we can't disagree with that. Fans are loving him. I think he's won a lot of the fans over, and I'll admit, I wasn't so excited about the prospect of signing Ross Barkley at the start of the season. I think the main, yes, we got him 15 million, which is an absolute bargain. And I did say this at the time. I think me and Rory did a transfer video on it, so do check that out if you haven't seen it already, just to quote me. But we did say that it was a great signing for the amount of money that he cost, the fee that he cost us, and he was another English player. I think when we lost, well, not lost, but when we had to move on from the likes of, if you look at the spine of our team, if you're talking about English players, it would be Ashley Cole, Frank Lampard, John Terry. That was sort of that era, and the era that I watched football in. So if we're trying to rebuild that again, I think that would be slightly difficult. I don't know whether you will. I think the way the Premier League's going, I think it would be a very difficult task to try and recreate that, but I think we can definitely get close to it, and I think Ross Barkley is a prime example of that. I think he scored 3 goals in the last 3 games. He's also made 3 assists. I thought his performance at Southampton for me stood out because and especially his celebration, you can see how much it means to him. You can see that he's really trying to fit into this squad. And I love players that are patient and don't complain. And at the end of the day, I think Antonio Conte didn't give him much of a run in last season. Whether that was, I think even if he was fully fit, I don't know whether Conte would have put him in his team with the formation and the style of play that we were playing. I think he was more set out on a different midfield that didn't include him. But you can't lie and say that Maurizio Sarri hasn't got it spot on this season with him. He clearly sees something in training and that we are now seeing on the pitch, because he's doing so well. I think he got man of the match. Players, people are asking me in my Ask Sophie video, which is now on Patreon, so do check that out, whether or not I think Ross Barkley should be Player of the Month, and I really do believe it. I think the way he's come in, he's kept Kovacic out of the team, and Kovacic is a fantastically brilliant player. Does that make sense? Fantastically brilliant. I'm going to say it anyway. But he's got so much experience, and to keep somebody like that out of the team when he was he's a great loan deal and somebody the club were obviously looking at for quite a while, I think is a great achievement. I'm not bashing Kovacic in any way, because I think we've got a fantastic comparison. I think we've got a really good, not comparison, we're able to rotate both of them, and I'm happy to have both of them in the team. So that's not that. But I think in terms of comparing Ross Barkley to Frank Lampard, I would say that if he continues on this run of form, then I suppose by the end of the year, depending on how it goes, I'm sure we'll be having a lot more talk like that. And what I love the most actually is I saw an article today, I think it was on the Metro, something like that, and Jamie Carragher, who I'm not really a major fan of, he said he thinks that he could be compared to the likes of he thinks he's better than the likes of Jesse Lingard and Dele Alli. I think he said his mental strength probably isn't as good, but he said in terms of technicality and how he plays with the ball, that he has the potential to be much better. And listen, like I said, I don't want to compare other players to, especially from different teams, and who should have a place in the England squad and vice versa. But I just think the way Ross Barkley is performing at the moment is incredibly impressive. I think England and everyone, other teams should envy how he's playing at the moment, because you can't deny that any fan would not want him on their side. He's been a crucial part in why we've got the wins lately. Not just kept clean sheets. I think I look at everyone's all-round play, and I think Ross Barkley is just fighting for his place in the team, and he wants to remain a member of the starting 11. So there you have it. That is my video on Ross Barkley today. Comment below, are you starting to think of him as a potential new Frank Lampard? Listen guys, I'm not going to be unrealistic. I know it's very, very early on. I'm just simply responding to the news that's out there, and from your feedback when I interview you and the comments I get when we do our live streams, and you're all so impressed with him. So I think due to the fact that yes, he is another English player and he's proving himself so far, if this continues on at the end of the season, towards the end of the season, I'm all for it. I'm always for new English players, for any players for that matter of fact, doing well at Chelsea Football Club and proving themselves and making their way into the team. And you can't deny at the moment that Ross Barkley has been almost a 10 out of 10. I'd give him a 9 out of 10 for the majority of these games, and he makes actually our player ratings video that we do on match days a thrill to do, because because we've got something great to talk about and we're not losing any games at the moment. So please comment below and let me know your thoughts on Ross Barkley, how you think he's been doing so far. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for the derby game. The preview is coming up tomorrow morning.